All right. I just want to say welcome to our February director call. Hi, Nicole. I'm glad you're there. I see you've got yourself on mute. Must have babies in the background, huh? Okay, babies in the background. I totally get it. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you for coming. I have a fun program to share with you. You may already know about it, but we're going to talk about it and do some recognition and just talk about the year so far. It has been an amazing year. I just want to say, blown away by last fall's numbers in January was up tremendously, and I think it has some to do with the virtual show, because in January, when people were doing virtual shows, it didn't matter if people got sick or the weather, okay? It's the one thing. I mean, we had the same host program, the same host benefit as last year and the year before. So the one thing that's different is so many more of you are doing virtual shows. So we just want to say applause. You guys are doing great. And I'd like you to share some things that are really working for you with virtual shows. First of all, show of hands. How many of you are new to the virtual game? There's two of us. Okay, 3, 4. Okay. Megan says that she is too. Okay, so here's what I'd love for you people that are really entrenched in it. What is one of the most important things that you do that makes your virtual show successful? So let's start out sharing. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you what not to do, okay? I ran 2 shows in January, so now, okay, virtual girls, I want you to engage here, all right? But I did my first 2 virtual parties in January, and I went through and did the sync share and really got all the posts ready, and I really, really, really did it great. I had some big help, and I can't thank my friends enough. But what I didn't do was I didn't engage with the host and have them do something every single day. I just kind of let it run, and I would like some people's comments and posts, but really I found absolutely hands down, when you don't do the host part, it isn't going to be anything near what it could have been, okay? Because I know some people are doing just some amazing numbers with virtual shows. Now, my one gal invited 268 people. She has had a $2,800 live cooking show on a Monday night for me, okay? My biggest show ever. And her sales are at $310 after almost 3 weeks. So I got to tell you, loser, okay? Whoop, whoop, whoop. And so that did not go well. Both of us feel really bad about it. She says, I want to have a live cooking show as soon as you get home, because you know what? This sucked, okay? That's her words, not mine. But you know what? I told her, I said, you know what? It's really my fault, because I didn't coach you like I should have. But go ahead. Somebody was just going to say something.
Oh.
Anybody? Okay. So has anybody else had any issues with that? Any engagement issues when you didn't do? I didn't get the host coaching notes until about 2/3 of the way through my my part. So so that, like I said, I'm taking total responsibility, and I gave the girls some extra gifts. So anyway, does anybody else want to comment on the host coaching part?
I will just say that that's what I'm hearing from all of my people that are consultants that are doing virtual shows, is when they have the host, it's like anything. When the host is engaged, it matters. And that this daily assignment, those that do it have high shows, those that don't have wimpy ones.
Okay. All right.
No personal experience, but I've been hearing it everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's another way to do business. So I really felt like I needed to learn and engage, and I'm going to do more of them. But I have to tell you, they're a lot more work than a live cooking show. They're a lot more work, in my experience, anyway.
So Nancy, I was just going to say that with a virtual show, you're going to host coach like you would a live show.
Yep.
And you're going to add a catalog show to it too, so that she can get outside orders from work.
I did that.
My most successful shows have been the virtual people and orders from work and orders from family. She can evite on your website, all of that. So it's everything. It's not just relying on that virtual 5-day or 7-day show.
Okay, good input. I did send out host packets with catalogs and outside order forms. I did, set her up with the Facebook, the email, the texting, the invitation to go to her URL for her party. So I felt like I did that part good, and I got them real jazzed about it. But I didn't do the daily assignments. I didn't realize that that's what I was supposed to do. So it was a great learning experience for me. But I did do those other things, and they did get a few outside orders. I mean, the one was 710, and then the other was 300, or 750 and 310. So, but I worked really hard for that $1,000 in sales, where normally that would have been a 2-hour window in my life. Anybody else with me?
Yes.
2-hour window to do that same $1,000 instead of hours and hours and hours. But I do know it's the wave of the future. We have to learn it. We have to know it. And we're getting a lot of recruits that are just virtual recruits. And Mary, your team is exploding as a virtual.
Yeah, I would say since June, 90% of my new consultants are virtual show.
Really?
And the thing about it is, Nancy, is you just tried 2,
Yep.
but as you get really good at it, I have consultants doing 5 and 6 at a time.
Yes.
So when you times 5 by 4 or 500, then the money adds up.
Right.
And you're posting to SendShare exactly, on all 5 shows at the same time. So the only extra work you're really doing is going into the shows and commenting and that kind of thing. And they get really good at it. I mean, my most fabulous virtual show consultant right now is working a full-time job too. So
really,
yeah, and so she can actually just go in on her breaks, and when there's a lull at work, and she just makes a few comments. And the other thing I would suggest, that if you're not going to be able to get on to your virtual show for maybe 3 hours at a time, you would definitely want to play a game that doesn't require you to give hints, like how many M&Ms are in the batter bowl. You wouldn't play that game.
Right.
You would play a game like name the song that has a color in the title, because you don't have to necessarily get in there often and comment. But with the games where they're having to guess, you do have to get in there and give them hints. You can't let it go for 3 hours without saying anything.
Right.
Because you lose people.
Yeah.
So, that's just another hint. Just play games that do not require your attention.
Okay. Because it is. You know what? It's hard, especially as an upper level director. I have a lot of things on my platter. So, I'm still going around the country doing retreats. I'm going to be in 11 places in the next 8 so there's a lot of things that are on my platter. So I thought this would be the answer for personal sales for me while I'm doing all this stuff. And it could be. I just have to. It's a learning curve. It's a learning curve.
Absolutely. And, just give it some time, because once you get going with it, you're going to feel like, wow, this is pretty easy.
Yeah.
In the beginning, there's just a lot of pieces to it. But once you get it down, you're going to sail with it.
Wonderful. And one of the things I wanted to ask is, for those of you that are new to this game, called virtual shows, I would like for us to maybe create a group that we could share posts, okay? We could make up some new posts each month that we could share with one another. And I think that that will make all the difference in the world, because I know of a lot of groups that are doing that. And so there's around 10 people to a group, and you just assign different people different products to make a post about. And then everybody shares those posts. Oh, we got somebody doing something. We can share those posts with the group of 10, and they're not 50,000 using that same post, because I know we have to be careful of Facebook.
I have all kinds of colors for you to color. And how do you feel about making each image post our own? Those of you that have had a lot of experience with it.
What do you mean each image post your own? You mean that
Like
you
a
make your
picture.
own? You might by making it smaller or larger, putting a word over it, things like that.
Right. How important is that to do? Probably pretty important.
I think if it's done in small groups, it's not too bad. Mary, I know you have.
I was going to say important because I was in Facebook jail 2 weeks ago. And I have no idea how I got there, and Facebook did not tell me why I got there, but it was with the mass Facebook jailing of like 150 people, and I was one of them, which I was shocked.
Yeah.
And they basically stopped me from posting or adding myself to any groups for 2 days, and it was awful because I run my new consultant training virtually. So all of my posts in my new consultant training group were none of the participants could view my posts. So it was pretty devastating, really.
Now,
So
Mary,
I got a taste of Facebook jail, and I don't ever want to go back there again.
so let me.
So, Mary, what do you do to make it your own? Image your own.
I take I have a free Canva, and I just go in and I do a color background, and then I will take a picture that I think I really try to use pictures that aren't widely used, but if I think other people are using that picture, I will take that picture and I'll put it on a colored background, and that changes it enough. I always change the verbiage on every post to make it my own, and I've taken out item numbers and pricing in the post.
Yeah.
It's okay if it's on the picture, but if you're going to tell people how much it is or an item number, it's better for you to put that in the comments than it is on the post, because it's a little bit of a red flag to Facebook.
Right.
So
We're not supposed to be selling on there.
Yeah, so I've taken off anything that I feel, might be a red flag, and so far so good.
Okay.
And then the other thing we do, Nancy, really quick, and then I'll mute myself, I promise.
No. This is what this is about.
My team has developed our own outline, and we're going to try to just share it with our team so that thousands of people aren't using our outline. And we're doing that mainly for new consultants because it's easy for those of us that are seasoned to pull here and there. I've had since May to gather pictures and all of that. So I can just make my own outline, but this is really for new consultants. So we are coming up with our own outline, and it's actually a 7-day outline.
Okay. And does that include the 3 pre-days? Getting ready?
Yeah, we do.
So it's really a 10-day or 2-day pre-day?
We do
2-day
too,
pre-post?
yeah.
Okay.
And to be honest, I don't even do the pre-days. I have the host add people on Sunday night. I start the show on Monday morning.
Okay.
So that's what we do. So I think it's really important for you not to use all the same posts that everybody are doing.
Well, and that's why I'm trying to get groups of 10, because even if we each have 5 shows, that's only 50 parties. That's not what's flagging Facebook.
Right.
And if we each do, 8 posts, and we can organize it, and then we can reuse some of those posts in different matters and, in future shows. But I just think it'll really help with the workload.
Yeah.
Do you use some groups, some people? Are they taking different sections and things like that?
I had two directors do the outline, so
Okay.
we'll probably just kind of trade off,
Okay.
and maybe just tweak. And the way we did it this time was we did theme days rather than, so we did like a kids cooking day, we did like an Italian lovers day, so
Okay.
we did theme days. And one of my directors has kind of broken off and done her own thing, and she does a lot of live feed posting, which has been really helpful for her to gather more of an audience. So she'll actually do a 5-minute live feed on her favorite products.
Okay.
Or she'll do a live feed on a snippet of a demo. Like maybe she's putting together dinner and she just does a 3-minute live feed, and that's been going really well.
Yeah, I would think it would be go really well, because that's another thing that I'm definitely going to add in the next time I do it. And if you do, and from what I understand, if you do it on YouTube, if you record it and not just do it live, you can put it live. I mean, you can place the YouTube video, in as a section, but that way you'll always have that product and that little YouTube video. Where if you do it live, if you do it live, then you have to do it live all the time.
Right.
Every set of weeks. So I was given the information that the best way to do it is to actually do a little YouTube video, do a video with your camera or your iPad, whatever, turn it into a little YouTube, and then put it on there, because then you'll be able to use it over and over again. And just even if it's like, instead of going live on every show and having your hair and makeup and everything perfect every time, I don't know about you, now that I'm working back out of my home, that doesn't happen every day. True confessions, okay? But I think doing something like, hi, my name is Nancy Jo, and I'm going to be your consultant throughout this great process called a virtual show. And you're not necessarily talking about referring to the host by name or dates or specials. You're just doing kind of a generic. And same thing with the close, not to say that you can't go on there live when you're doing something, but I just think to make it as easy as possible and easy to do on as many as possible. Because the other thing, like you said, when you're doing 5 at a time, can you share it 5 at a time? I don't think you can Facebook Live 5 at a time, can you?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, you can do up to 3 at a time.
You can do up to 3 at a time?
You can do it. There's a person that does 3 at a time. She does it through her business page, and she sets the events up through her business page, and she does 3 at a time.
Okay.
And then the other thing I was going to say is that Charlotte Nagai said that when Facebook, and Mary, I was in Facebook jail too, and I hadn't even posted anything that day.
Is this Shan?
It is.
Maybe they hit Colorado, Shan.
No, it wasn't just Pampered Chef. It wasn't just one area. It was across the board with many different direct sales companies, and Charlotte thought that they were just targeting direct sales companies. So they put in I can't even pronounce it, and I don't feel well, so I'm not thinking very well, but an algorithm that just picks up on direct sales. So when you have Pampered Chef in your description, which we should all have, or in our wall, you should put or all caps, or do something that will disrupt that thing they put in to hit direct sales.
Okay.
And, they don't want us selling on Facebook, or they want us to spend $5 to boost that. So that was her conclusion on why it happened, because it wasn't just Pampered Chef. It wasn't just one area. And I think it happened after I got out of Facebook jail. It happened again. So
okay.
Anyway,
So
that was her suggestion. I'm sorry.
So you're saying if we have Pampered Chef on our on our page somehow.
In your description,
in our
in your
description.
On your
Uh,
personal
to-
page.
personal
What?
page, in
On your
Yeah.
About,
personal Facebook page.
Right.
right.
I removed Pampered Chef just so I don't even have it on there now.
Did you really?
And then, you know,
Well, that's how paranoid I am. I can't afford,
Yeah.
you know, it's like having your iPhone. You don't even realize how much you need it, you know, until you don't have it. And I didn't realize how much my business is tied into Facebook these days. I have you know, a 6 weeks to success group going. I have that I'm posting to. And I have a new consultant group going I'm posting to. I have a team page that I post to. And when your personal posts are blocked from anyone seeing them, it's pretty disastrous.
Sure.
So I really feel like I just need to really be more careful, especially right now when they're, you know, this happened right after National Conference too, if y'all remember. If anyone was doing virtual shows after National Conference, there was like 3,000 people that jumped on board with virtual shows, and they were all using Charlotte Nagai's outline. So a lot of people got jailed then too.
Right, and that's the issue. I really think one huge issue from what I've learned is that when you're sharing and you're all using the same outline and you're doing the same things, it's just a huge, that's an algorithm that they run. So, so try to go in and change things and put wow, put gonna love this, you know, watch the video. I mean, just put things in there that make sense that would change it. Now, I know, but they wouldn't have a problem if we were on a business page though, correct?
Right.
And that's $5 a month?
No, they want us to boost our posts, which is illegal with Pampered Chef. So basically they would like us to all have business pages, and then on the business Facebook page, you'll notice that it doesn't reach all your friends. And so they will suggest that you pay a certain amount of money to boost your post to reach more people. So they just want to be making some money off of what we're doing. And because that's illegal with Pampered Chef to do, we're sort of caught between a rock and a hard place at this point. We're not allowed to do that.
Okay. And maybe when we're doing the virtual shows, we can just say, due to the nature of the way Facebook needs me to work this, I'm not going to be posting any numbers or costs, you know, prices. So please go to the link and you can look through our virtual catalog.
And you can say that, but what I found is when people ask what things cost, then I just put it in the comments.
Okay.
And then you're fine.
And then,
I say item number cost this. So I just wait until they ask me.
Okay.
And then I'll just put it in the comments, and it doesn't really happen that often, and it seems to work fine.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect.
And there,
Okay. Can we go back to the having Pampered Chef in your description again? So we don't want that, or what are some other ways besides just totally taking it out?
I have the Pampered Chef, and I wasn't during my, I think I started on the 15th, when people were being put in Pampered Chef jail or in Facebook jail. I was not put in jail. So
I wasn't either, and I have it there as well, but that's not going to be a guarantee for the future, the way it sounds.
Right, right. I'd hate to have all of us pull that out, though, because if people are looking for us, you know.
Exactly.
But yeah, what changes the algorithm then?
If you just put a space between P space, A space, M space, just so it's not all written out Pampered Chef normally that everybody else is, just put a star between the letters. Just disrupt it in one little way, and they can still get that you're with Pampered Chef. They can still, it's just different than everybody else's. It doesn't look like, you know, it just disrupts it enough that you're not going to be tagged.
And Sharon, you had your hand up. Did you have a comment?
Well, not really so much for the jail. I was just actually going to move on to a different thing, but still focused on the idea of the virtual show. Nancy Jo, I know that you use Margot for a lot of your stuff. Did you use that for the virtual show?
I did not.
Okay.
I used SendShare.
Well, and that was something I was wondering too, because I know Tiffany also uses SendShare a lot, but I know she uses Margot. I had stepped away from using Margot for a long time, but I'm wanting to get back into it, and I didn't know if you had to choose one or the other, or if you could use the.
I don't know that they do the
with
same thing.
Margot.
Yeah, I suppose I hear that Margot's coming out with something for this platform of virtual shows, but I don't know if it's there yet. Okay, you have to do some research. But it's really two different things. You know, one is communication with the host and sending out all your invitations and your texts and your Facebook posts, things like that. And the other one, SendShare, will let you batch all of your day's posts and it'll post it for you. I don't know that Margot does it, and it may. I just may be unaware of it. Okay.
Well, I thought that you could schedule everything as far as Facebook posting and everything with Margot as well.
For that many posts, I was doing like.
Well, I don't know how many.
Let me look into it and get back to you guys. I'll look into it and get back to you guys.
I use Post My Party, and it's wonderful.
Okay. Post My Party. Yeah, those are the two services that most people use. The one thing with SendShare is you can do groups. And the groups, like I can go back, even though the party and the event is officially over. In a group, I can go back and post things and connect, and and so that was why I was counseled at my retreats to go with SendShare instead of Post My Party. All right, but other people love Post My Party because they can share it with their people really super easy. Okay. So we'll spend about 2 more minutes on this. Anybody else have an opinion one way or the other? Let's ask this. How many of you are using SendShare by hands? Okay, 1, 2. Are all the rest of you using Post My Party? No, not using any of it. Okay. Post My Party. You're doing Post My Party, Kim? Okay. All right, not sure for the people that are on the phone. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, there was just as many people doing Post My Party as SendShare at both retreats. So I think for most people, I think they said that's the one they started with, and that's the one they stayed with. And I know SendShare is working on doing something so that we'll be able to share with our people really easily. But once again, you can only share with so many before you get in trouble, okay? So anyone that wants to be on that group to do up some posts and have some fun with that and not have all the work just on your shoulders, let me know, email me, and we will put together some groups, okay? And we'll work through our next set of virtual parties together, okay? And it'll be a monthly thing that each month you'll do so many posts, depending on how many people we have involved. But anyway, you guys can let me know that. The next thing I want to talk about, and I sent you all an email with 6 weeks to success, and I'm going to do some screen sharing right now. Oops, wait, hold on. Let me do it right here. Share screen. Okay, desktop. Okay, and what I want to do is. Here we go. All right. Does everybody see that? Okay. I wanted to send you all this. This was made by Jennifer excuse me. Jennifer Courtney. And I understand she updated one just recently, but just to let you know, I mean, you can update it any way you want. It's in PowerPoint, okay, in Office. And what I just did it with my consultants, and I'm going to do this every week, 7 to 10 days with my consultants. Anybody who wants to do it, I'm going to post the recordings on the Facebook page so anybody can look at it. But this, she put a lot of work into this, and this is really great. This is kind of a precursor to a developing director program, what Pampered Chef has out there. So this is for people to build their business and start, or for someone who wants to rebuild, okay? And just some of the, and if you notice down here, it has all your notes on there, okay? Now, I wasn't savvy enough to know how to not let my people see the notes. I didn't really care, okay? I didn't care that they saw the notes. I just wanted them to get the picture. And they said they really, really liked it. I had about a dozen people, 15 people on the last call. So, but it's, are you ready to get started? The belief triangle, how the phone, and your attitude with the phone, and I'm going too fast here. Let's see, you need to start looking at your phone like this and talking with them about that stuff. And then they talk about your belief. Do I believe in our product, our host, our business, the company, myself? And do I truly believe in myself as a driving force? Goes through those. And then belief, passion, skill, and will, the 4 pillars. And it talks about if any one of these pillars is lacking, what's going to happen to the roof? What do you think you can do to strengthen your belief system? Because we talked about how that when they're out and about and they've got their little bag, or they're wearing a Pampered Chef logo wear, and what are you projecting? What are you is your bag facing in? Are you making sure it's facing out? Someone just told me about a great story about the car magnets, and I know I read people's car magnets all the time. So I know Pampered Chefs would work, because just in the past week, I've gotten 2 numbers off of car magnets. And I didn't have to look up. I mean, they were one of the 3 that I called. So I want to encourage you to encourage your people that want to grow their business. And they don't have to put where they live, just their website, their phone number, and their name, okay? And then talk about your homework this week is to believe again. And it gives them some homeworks, listen to the audio and where to go find that, effective selling skills under resources. And then they're going to ask for 5 takeaways. And what I talk to with my people is that anyone who wants to have a personal phone call with me, they need to email me personally, and we'll get that set up. So I really think that small groups are the way to go right now. I think that, we did some programs that, there was 500-600 people on the Zoom calls and things, so on and so forth. And it was really great for the nationals to have impact on our downlines, but we really didn't experience the growth that we were wanting, okay, that we thought should happen. Those that are doing small group events and small group training with 3 to 6 people, getting much greater success from building their business to getting to directorship to getting to upper level directorship. You see the ones that are growing and doing things. They're working with small groups of people. So how do you choose? And then, of course, let me just finish this real quick. Any questions? And then thank you. Have a great rest of your week. And it really only took about 30 to 40 minutes, okay? I did some recognition on the call, things like that. But it really only took 30 to 40 minutes to do this one call. And I would highly, highly recommend it, even if it's just with one person, okay? Even if it's just with 3 people. But what you're doing is you're giving them personal attention first. And these people that were on the call, they all knew what to do. They just said this was such a great reminder of the basics. And what it did was it says, now I know what I can do with my new recruits, okay? So I just, it was really, it was very, okay, stop share. It was very engaging, okay? So I really would love to see you. And if you have a small group, maybe get together with another director that has a small group and do it together. And you can take turns doing each week, or get on there just on a Zoom call and share the screen. So, so it worked really well. Have any of you done the 6 weeks to success yet? No. Anybody? Okay. Oh, Mary, you have? Okay, unmute. So Mary, how have you used it? Have you used it with a group of people, a large group or small group?
We're in the middle of it right now. We're at week 4, and I'd say 6 to 8 people come on.
Okay.
I also started a Facebook group just with those people.
Oh,
So
nice.
that we can have extra discussion, and then I can post extra things to do, to look at. I can post inspirational posts. So those people are in an exclusive Facebook group too.
Okay. And you're keeping it small though.
Yeah.
I think that's key from all the directors, all the upper level directors that are really promoting people. The key is small, 60 to 90 days worth of attention to really blast them out of the water and help people, fly out of the water and then go to the next group. So, so you got all 6 weeks, everyone got all 6 weeks. And so, you all know who you are that maybe you've only got 1 or 2, maybe you want to join together. Or maybe you just want to recruit some new people and get them going right with that. Get them going on fast track and teach them some of the basics. So anyway, this is Jennifer Courtney. Big thank you to Jennifer Courtney for doing this. She put a lot of work into the 6 weeks. That was just week 1, but it's all done for you, you guys. I really, really encourage you to use it, okay? To definitely use it. There's no reason you shouldn't use it because it's, I'm so thankful that so many different people are taking the time to put things together, and to share it with the whole company. Once again, that's what we did at the beginning. We didn't have training teams. We didn't have all the stuff that we did. We'd come up with something. We'd share it with everyone, the company together. And that's the same kind of atmosphere that's going on right now. So I'm very thankful. I'd like to
Is that
do
on the website, Nancy?
Say it again.
Is that on the website? I think I missed that or something.
You should have got it in your email last night. Did you guys get it in an email?
Yeah.
Glenda, you should have got it an email from me last night.
Okay.
Okay. If you didn't get it, message me and I'll send it again. Okay. And they were all PowerPoints. There were 6 different PowerPoints. I'd like to do some recognition. And Paula Brockner, $14,251 in sales from 7 cooking shows, 3 catalog shows. And she is one that has jumped into the virtual party, and she had her largest month ever in December with 16,000, and now January is 14,000. She is loving the virtual scene. Lisa Bailey, 10,856. Kim Gant, $8,169 in sales with 1 recruit. Congratulations, Kim. Sarah Desmond, 1 recruit, $6,700 in sales. Laura Teal is on the call, 6402, in sales. Congratulations, Laura. Yay. Lori Miller, 6,100 in sales. Congratulations, Lori. Sharon Morris, $4,371. Sharon is with us on the call. Congratulations, Sharon. Kim Draghi's on the call. She is $4,030 in sales with a new recruit. Way to go, Kim. Kay Wiesner, $3,600. Tina Dalton, $3,561 in sales. She's picking up her little guy from school, or otherwise she would be on here. Janice Ferrace, $3,155 with 1 new recruit. Lynn Gant, $3,059 in sales with a new recruit. Carrie is on the line. Carrie has $3,005 in sales. Good job, Carrie. Denise Costigan is on with us, and she had $2,862 in sales. Great job, Denise. Jane McDonald is on the line, $2,797 in sales. Great job from 3 shows. Great party averages there, ladies. Marie Friday is $2,306. And then, of course, there's lots more. We have from Darla's team, this is my core team. Let's see who's on the line. Glenna, $7,267 in sales. Congratulations, Glenna. Amazing January. Gail Book had $3,897 with a new recruit. Deb Briggs had $3,000 in sales. Donna Samet, $3,698. Nancy Eiseldike, $6,083. We have, let's see, Michelle Houseworth. Michelle had a new recruit with $7,570 in sales. Fantastic. Alice Goodell, $4,200 and a new recruit. Congratulations, Alice. I got to meet some of her people this last weekend, along with Angie Adams, $6,281. Congratulations on that number. Ruth Fitfield is $6,825. Megan Carpenter is on the line with 2 new recruits and $4,000 in sales. Great job, Megan. And then we have Mary Grant, $3,265 in sales. Great job, Mary. Let's see, Jennifer Stevens, $4,330 in sales. Lori Bennett, $8,366 in sales. Phenomenal number. Colleen Finley, $4,809 with 1 new recruit. Great job, Colleen. Jean Gallagher, $4,388 in sales. Great job. Martha Kewen is $5,448 in sales with 1 new recruit. Amy Sue Grabeau, $6,618 in sales. Great job, Amy. I know you're on the call. Rachel Carvalho's, $3,269 in sales. And Shan Fields, $2,231 with 2 new recruits. Congratulations. Great job, everybody. Yay! Give yourselves applause. Yay! You're amazing. You're amazing. And you're just rocking it. You are just doing things. Pampered Chef cannot boast enough about their field leaders. They're so happy with what's going on and all your attitudes. Don't you feel different? Do you guys feel different? Does anybody else feeling the love? Yeah, I mean, really. I mean, it's just people are genuinely excited about their businesses. They're I was with Bobby Bolton and her crew. We missed you, Denise, but I had a great meeting with about 40 of their people. Angie and Alice had a meeting. I was with the Tampa group, so it's about 75 on Saturday. I'm going to, like I said, the East Coast and doing a retreat there. Another meeting in North Carolina. 3 different events in Pennsylvania, and then going on to Jill. I'm going to see Jill Funk and Lisa Bailey on the 4th and 5th, I think, of March. I think that's what it is. And then going to be seeing Paula Brockner's group the following weekend. And got a chairman's circle in there, and I'm actually going to go home in another month. So go home to Orland Park and see my kids. So anyway, so I have a lot of travel coming up, but I have a lot of time in the car, you guys. So I'm going to be making some phone appointments with anyone who wants them to work personally on your personal businesses, okay? So anybody that would like a personal phone call, I'm going to be in the car over 20, I think I figured 30 hours over the next month. So yeah, it'll be a very great time for me to call and engage with you all. And I'll do some work ahead of time and make sure I have your reports out and all that kind of good stuff and pull over and talk with you. So thank you so much. Anybody else want to share what's going on, what they're excited about? Am I the only one that's excited?
I'm excited.
Yay! Jane, were you going to say something?
I'm just so excited because, you know, a lot of you probably don't really know who I am, but I really put my business on the back burner for like 4.5 years. And I quit my job in February, decided I was going to get back to executive director, and it was so interesting because I made goals and I did visual boards for my team, and I was just jumping in with both feet. And the year before, 2015, our team recruited 86 people. And in 2016, we recruited 212.
Wow.
So the growth is horrendous. It's just amazing. And so much of it is just the excitement of the direction Pampered Chef's going and some of the new products we're bringing on board and the new people that work at the home office. And I just feel as excited today as I did when I was a new consultant. I really do. I just think the sky's the limit. We have less consultants in the company right now than when I joined in '94. So we really need to just get excited about this journey and get excited with our teams and work with our directors and work with our consultants, because there's a lot of people out there that really want to make some good income. And the other thing that I never really wrapped my head around was the fast tracking to director. And now that we're doing that and talking about it with every new recruit, we've had 3 fast track directors on our team since June. And I have 1 fast track advanced director. And she's only been in the company, well, she was a director on my team at one point. But she came back with a vengeance, and she fast-tracked to advanced director. And, you know, there's great bonuses to be made by the home office. So it's really an exciting time in Pampered Chef. And so I hope we all really jump on board, really get excited about your business again. If you need to go through the 6 weeks and you need to go through the belief model, because I sort of had to do that. I had to, you know, get my belief in check again and realize what the company had to offer me and what I had to offer people. And really, you guys, the sky's the limit. So get on this train.
Yeah. And Mary went from 3 directors to 11 directors in about 7 months, wasn't it, Mary?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So really want to encourage you that if it's to be, it's up to me kind of attitude. Have that attitude. Work at your business every day. Do something. I was just with Becky Ishey's people at a retreat, and they did something called PT90, and they worked on their personal business, doing recruiting calls, booking calls, it wasn't office work, but for 90 minutes a day, they really worked on following up with people, making phone calls, helping those that they thought were falling off come back, and how to help them get re-engaged with the business. And it was amazing, the things they had to report back. There was 15 gals there with Becky and I, so there was 13 directors plus us. It was amazing. They had like 57 bookings in just the 4 days that I was there with them, you know, that shows that they booked recruits. I want to say there was 7 recruits that signed up from their phone calls, but it was a great opportunity just to dig in to their personal business, not play office, not do all the stuff, but really engage on the phone with people. I saw amazing results with these guys, and it jazzed them. It just so excited them because of what was going on. So highly recommend that. They're the ones when Kathy Controut brought this to my attention, and the 6 weeks to success. And I know it's out there. I know that other people, Laura, I think you said it's on. Laura, what is the updated version? Which Facebook group is it on? Do you remember?
I want to say it was on Elite.
Elite? Okay.
Mhm.
Elite, Elite Leader?
Yeah, I think Jennifer posted it there.
Okay. So
I don't know what the difference is.
She may have there's some in some of the notes it talks about January, you know, so there may be some things that are just small, but you know, I was able, when I was teaching it, just to go right over that and change it to what it should be, you know.
Right.
And the other thing is, when you're doing Zoom, if you don't want them to see your notes, have an iPad right next to you with the program on there and with it open, and so you can see the notes, so that they can just see the one, you know, 6 weeks to success. So are you ready to get started? So they just see the visual and then they won't see the notes with it. So that is something. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Okay. Cutie pumpkin pie. All right. So, so any questions? We have a few minutes. Anybody want to share anything or share something that's happened already in February that they're really excited about?
You know what, Nancy, I did the Korean barbecue
Yeah.
on Sunday. My boys were both home, and they absolutely loved it.
Did they?
I did the Korean barbecue. I did the kebabs. I did the potato salad and the kale salad because they were all here. So
Okay.
everything was really, really good, really delicious. I posted some pictures, but not of everything together because I won't do all of that at a party ever.
Right.
Like, no way. But it was really, really good, really easy.
Okay. Did you, when you did the kale salad, I'm curious real quick, did you use the big green leafy,
Yes.
or was it baby kale? Or was it?
I used the big green leafy because that's what I bought. Used the herb stripper.
Okay.
Broke it into smaller pieces. Tom did all the mixing with that. He massaged the kale. But it was really good.
Was it? Yeah, I know Marie was telling me, massage your kale with a 1/4 cup of olive oil for 2 minutes and it turns from that chalky green to a bright green. Is that?
Yeah. It was a deep green.
It was a deep green? Okay. But she
Yeah.
said totally.
But it didn't have that much olive oil in
No.
it.
Well, she says when
No.
she does her kale salad, that's what she does. She said she's on YouTube doing her kale salad and it turns bright green and really it turns it sweet. First,
The recipe called for garlic, a bunch of kale, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar, a tablespoon of sesame seeds, and then a 1/2 tablespoon of sesame oil. So no olive oil at all.
Okay. Well, she was saying,
It was
yeah, was it good? I was able to try the grilled watermelon salad. Oh my gosh, you guys, off
Really?
charts. Unbelievable. Try it. It was delicious. And the oatmeal in the slow cooker, we ended up having that for dessert on Monday night with the reveal. She made a big pot of it, and it was with chopped apples and cinnamon with the steel cut oats. And I have to be honest, I'm not a big lover of steel cut oats because they're just, I don't know.
They're weird.
They're what?
You're weird.
They're weird. There you go. They're just, but cooked all night with what they had in there, you guys, it was amazing. And I could see adding a few more nuts and a few more berries in there. And what's great about it is you cook it all night, you have it that next morning on a Sunday morning, but then you've got it for the rest of the week in your fridge in smaller containers, or put part of it in your freezer. But for people that eat oatmeal, they will buy the slow cooker for that oatmeal. Seriously. I was talking to my brother-in-law, and all he goes through with the steel cut oatmeal, because he eats oatmeal every morning. And I said, oh my gosh, Kevin, I've got something new for you. So needless to say, highly recommend it. What else? They had the corn dip, the Mexican corn dip, I think it was called. Just be careful. They did not de-seed it. They just took the top off. And oh my gosh, it was flaming hot. Okay, so tell your people to be careful with how many seeds they put in there from the jalapeno. What else did they have? The breakfast stuff was amazing. The tortilla roll-ups with the chicken sausage, Gouda, and apple. Oh my gosh, off the charts. And then Bobby Bolton and I made, on the next morning, we made the bacon, and egg, and cheese, little squares in the brownie pan. You could do a whole breakfast or brunch thing with, bring the oatmeal already cooked, a portion of it, so they could just have a dollop of it and make those other egg things there. Outstanding, you guys, really outstanding. And what I loved about all of the roll-ups and the brownie pan stuff is you could make that on the weekend and freeze it and have breakfast ready to roll for your kids with good protein, instead of, whatever cereal, Anybody else try any of the other recipes?
I did the barbecue, Hawaiian barbecue braid. I don't know if that's the exact name, but it was very good.
Was
really-
it? Somebody said that the carnitas, am I saying that right? Carnitas pulled pork was amazing in the slow cooker. Anybody else try anything? No? Okay. All right. Well, listen, thank you for your time. I will be posting when the next call is going to be. And I think we have some live directors meetings coming up. If anybody's near enough that they can come to me the night before, if you're within a 2 or 3 hour drive and want to attend a live meeting, let me know. You're more than welcome to stay at my house. I mean, I have lots of couches. Okay. And I have one bedroom, but an extra bedroom, but I do have lots of couches. Carrie, did and Carrie?
Oh, I did. I was just asking, hi everybody. I just needed some feedback from the team on something. After coming back from the director retreat, I noticed a lot of people, and Nancy Jo, you were just mentioning this, how you were looking for people to group together to do those virtual outlines.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people, it seemed like within their teams they were creating those outlines like within their teams and sharing them.
Right.
So when I came home, I proposed that to our team, and it was like crickets. Nobody wanted to create it. And I couldn't quite figure out why. And Nicole, she's my other director under me, her and I talked about it. We couldn't figure it out. So Nicole created February, and then I asked for somebody to do March. Again, crickets. And I've got 2 team leaders. We've got a handful of senior consultants. I tagged them all in the Facebook posts. And the only response I'm getting is they're really afraid of being put in Facebook jail, and they're afraid of sharing their ideas. They don't want to, they feel like if they're doing all this work, they don't want to share it and let someone that's new take their ideas. And I'm just wondering, because I'm it's new to me to have all these people on my team that need some help. And I know Nicole and I can go back and forth and make this outline, but I kind of wanted some of my aspiring leaders to help out and do this. How do I get them to change their frame of mind to like a bigger picture, to sharing with everyone, as opposed to, do you see what I'm saying? Is that making sense?
Well,
Really,
I think that
yeah, tell them.
well, Carrie, and you guys can let me know if this is what you're thinking or not. But I think asking them each to do 8 posts, on a section of the catalog, and then other people will do things, and then you can change any of those posts to make it your own and get out of the Facebook jail mentality. But together, everyone achieves more. Talk about the team, and that instead of making, I think I did 8 posts a day times 7 days. So instead of having to make 56 posts up, I only needed to make 8. All right. And everyone will grow together and share together, and you can use what you want. You can also save what you want. Okay. So maybe you don't want to feature that at this particular show. You can save it and use it for another show. So if you do this for 6 or 7 or 8 months, and then you put the stuff on there, change the wording a little bit, change the picture a little bit, you're going to have just a great repertoire of posts to go back to. If I'm understanding it right, Mary, and you can tell me if I'm talking right here or not, but I think that if you get them just to do a few and everybody shares, and then they can make it their own, they're not going to run into each other's people if that's what they're afraid of. It's just like doing shows. I don't run into people. People, if you ask when's the last time you've been to a show, it's been a year, it's been 3 years, it's been forever, But I think it's just getting them to work together and see the benefit of helping each other grow. Would anyone have anything else to add to that?
So if you have a group of 10, like you were talking about, and then those 10 each share that outline with, or template with, all their organization, is that a big deal in Facebook land?
No, I don't think it is because
Okay.
from what I'm understanding, it's when people are using the same information for 500 people, you know. So what you might even want to do is encourage them to change things a little bit and make it their own, and they're definitely not going to be in Facebook jail territory, right? Is it right, Mary? Is that what I mean? If people are creating the main one and then just doing it with their people, it's okay.
I,
right?
I think it's not a bad idea to change up your photos. You know, all of you who have most of you all seen Charlotte and the Guy's outline and used her outline before? I would say most of us have.
Okay.
Those photos are being used by thousands and thousands and thousands of people. So even if you like one of her photos, change it up. Put it on a colored background. Put another border around it. That changes it enough that it's not exactly the same.
From what I understand, she is going to stop posting her outline, from what I understand.
Right. I don't think she posted a February outline. So that's when we took the ball and ran with it. So
We shouldn't count on one person because that's when people are getting in trouble. But if you've got 10 people using, you know, say, Laura, that you and Nicole, your teams, or excuse me, Carrie, you and Nicole, your teams, the people who are doing them, each person did 5 posts and shared them. And then once they got the post, they changed them a little bit, made it their own. Then they put it in their bin, so to say, of different things that they could use in the future, and then let them make up their outline. I think that that's where the sharing will get better if everybody does 5 to 8 of them. And maybe as directors, you do the specials, you do the recruiting bonus, so that one person that knows what they're doing is doing those things and then changing it up a little. I think it'll work. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think that makes more sense. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're just scared to spend that much time on it. And it's, you know, I'm not sure they're getting the leadership role yet, which I guess we can't expect them to understand that yet. But they all have a few people on their team that they'd be helping. So we were kind of struggling to understand why they didn't want to pitch in as a group. You know what I mean?
Well, and I think people are sharing, oh my gosh, it took me 21 hours of work to put together an outline, you know. Well, nobody wants to do that and then just share it with the world. But they can each put in an hour or two and then share it with your world and
Right.
know that it's just going to be for your team. That will probably, I think people will be more apt to do that. And then all during the month, for next month, they can be looking at things, taking pictures. I think the pictures of their personal food using their products really make all the difference in the world, because those are never going to be pictures that are going to be out there. And the 10 of you can share it on 5 different parties, and that's only 50 times it's being used. That's not the problem. From what I understand, that's not the problem. It's when it gets into big numbers, 150, 500 people using all the same stuff, that's the issue. And so anyway, I would try it again. And then if you can't get them to work with you, then look to some of your other leaders on this call and band together, because it's something we all have to learn and do and know how to do, because people are growing their teams like crazy through virtual shows. So,
Carrie, another thing that might be kind of overwhelming for them is just deciding what to try and work a post on. Mm-hmm. So if you were to categorize it in to different categories of post and say, would somebody do this one, this type, or something like that, and break it up so that you know that it's spread out and not everybody's working on the same type of post.
Right.
No, those are all great ideas. Thanks.
Yeah, and I'm thinking have somebody do work on knives, you know, mm-hmm. and the different knives that we have to offer, and take some actual pictures of them cutting things with the knives, and then somebody else work on entertaining ideas and have them serve dinner in the entertaining set, you know, with the platters and the bowl, and then share those kinds of things. This way, if they're each doing one group, oh my gosh, can you imagine in 3 months' time? You'll have the catalog covered, okay? And you'll all be able to just pull what you want for your own parties.
Oh, that's a better idea. And I think maybe that won't be as intimidating for them to do. And then, you know, they'll at least feel like it's not their personal outline being shared, just like, you know, they contributed a little bit. So we'll try that. Good idea.
Let us know how it works. Let us know. And like I said, if anybody wants to work with another director, you guys know each other's numbers. Go ahead and connect up on Facebook and do that, because, you know, I know some of you have got large teams and some of you have got smaller teams. So, or teams that aren't necessarily in the virtual business. So find some people who are, because it is a force to be reckoned with, and if you're not you're losing sales. They're just going right by your household. Okay, so I want to encourage you to dig in, jump in. The old dog did it, so so you can.
Mary,
So you can do. All right.
could I ask another question?
Sure. Go right ahead. Mhm.
Okay. I was wondering if Mary strictly uses Canva or varies from one to a next program.
I am really
Okay.
deficient when it comes to any of this stuff. So I have directors on my team that use Canva, PicMonkey. They have like different ways of changing pictures. One of my directors just puts all of her images on her computer and then just has a picture program that she just darkens or lightens or adds color. So she doesn't even use Canva or any of that. You know, I'm old and I'm not very savvy. So I'm trying, I'm learning as I go here. I have an open mind. Let's put it that way. What I found on Canva is a free Canva. It's so easy just to do a colored background and just make like a purple background and then put your picture right on top. You can upload your picture from your file on your desktop, put it right on there, and voila, you've changed it. So it doesn't have to be a huge effort on your part. It seriously takes you a minute to do. Right. So, you know, and again, I don't do it for every picture, but I do it for pictures that I know I've seen a lot since May, because I've been doing this since May. So the pictures I've seen around a lot, I will definitely do it with those.
Well, and I think, you know, like seeing things live and in action in your homes are going to be so much more meaningful on these posts than a professional photo from Pampered Chef. Because seriously, guys, if they see it in action, I mean, I was just watching. I made some steak last night and washing up my grill pan, and it's over 10 years old and it's a little worn, but I said it is still beautiful. And I says, these are the things I want to bring to my shows, not shiny, new, perfect, brand new out of the box. I want them to see, after using it for all these years, this is what it looks like. So, you know, that's why I think that the live pictures, and you guys can share those pictures with each other on Facebook when you're doing something, and, you know, on your counter, you know, hey, just made this, take a picture, share it with each other. Don't worry that there's going to be thousands of people using it. I promise you it won't happen. Okay. It's not going to go viral. Only Jill Lerner's stuff and Sarah Zell and stuff goes viral. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So anyway, but anybody else have anything before we wrap? Okay. Well, I'm so excited so many of you came onto the call today. It is recorded for anyone that wasn't able to. I hope you guys listen to it. Enjoy all the tremendous sharing. I will in the future, I'm going to be asking different people to share on different topics. So if you're doing something outstanding, just let me know. First of all, you can let me know that something's really, really working and you'd love, you know, a little bit of time to share with your peers, or I'm just going to pick it out. So pick you out of the crowd. So I just really appreciate, I think it'll be so much more fun to share with what's working with our teams, with recruiting, with sales, and just with organizational thing. If that was a huge thing for the retreat, people wanted to know what people are doing in their office to make it go fast. So to get to the things that are income producing activities. So be blessed. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day with your sweethearts. with your kids. I sent all my packages off. Keep praying for all those men and women that are keeping our country safe. Thank you so much for your time and all the energy that you put in. So I really appreciate you all. God bless.
You too, Nancy.
Yeah, have a great
Bye,
month, guys.
everybody.
Bye.
Have a great week.